what I believe is that money cannot buy happiness, because happiness is an emotion and which cannot be bought. For me, happiness is like spending time with my family, friends, my all loved ones, and that is not something that money can buy for me. So I strongly believe that money cannot buy happiness.
I'm Priya. So I will take the middle ground for that. Money cannot buy happiness, I agree with that. But happiness alone cannot help you survive as well. So money provides you with a shelter, food, basic sanitation, basic facilities, and that's very essential. And it cannot also said that luxury provides you with happiness as well. But there are people who enjoy material possession as well. But it depends.
But at the end of the day, what matters? Being in a luxurious home or being in a small home and being happy?
Money is not about luxury alone. Like basic things also comes with money only. So both are essential. Mental health as well as basic material possessions also.
So, Anurita, I want to add one point. Like, for each and every individual, happiness is different. For one individual, it can be materialistic. For one individual, it will be a cognitive well-being. So, I think as we are living in this world, for every individual, the level of the happiness is mainly like influenced by the access of the money. So, if I'm giving an example, if one of our beloved friend was in hospital, so he can be only rescued on the terms of any kind of operations or any kind of medicines. So the first thing that determines the happiness of us is the access to access for that medicine. So naturally, for that access for the medicine comes from the money. So I think that the money or the ability to hold the money among our hands will determine the level of the happiness that can achieve.
So my stand is, money can't buy happiness. Like, money is just a medium of transaction. So happiness is a mindset. So money we can buy some materialistic thing, but we can't buy emotions. So for example, in our olden days, there is a system called, there is no money, there is a system called barter system. So exchange of goods and service. There is no medium of money. I give something to you, I render service from you. So this is how the society were functioning at those ancient times. So there is no money and they were happy. So I strongly stand on the statement called money can't buy.
I want to tell one thing about it. Like that you told about that goods, na? So that time who have that much more amount of goods or more amount of land, they are dominating their everything. Like if you are telling money can't buy happiness, but if you go in general class, you go on general, last 1 month ago I go on at 4 hours I stand in general class. So because I didn't get the train tickets. So if you have money, then you can go peacefully and happily enjoy your journey. Without your money, you can't enjoy anything. So money matters.
Like mindset. If you enjoy with money, you can enjoy. I don't have money, I'll enjoy. It's my mindset.
Yeah. How can I enjoy? Like for my if I want to go in mountains or sea areas or any other areas, like for just for traveling. So money is matters, right?
See, I'm someone from Trivandrum, so when I go home, I usually go on Vande Bharat train. So it's a very peaceful train, not so crowded like you said, general. But the thing is that when I am in the train, I am lonely. It's not I'm having a lot of people. If I'm going in a general train, you see there will be a lot of people. I could communicate with a lot of people, and that will give me happiness. But when I sit alone, since I'm going alone, I sit alone. I think a lot of sad things that depress me because I'm lonely there. I'm not getting any happiness in that luxury train.
This is Ashwin from NIR department. People already stated that positives and negatives, like both sides you guys are told, but I will choose, after listening all the things, I just want to tell one thing, it's based on situation. Yes, of course, what she said, what he said, everybody is absolutely right. But thing is based on situation, simple statement based on situation. The statement is money can't buy happiness. For example, last 1 month ago we went to South Zone volleyball camp to Kakinada, from here to Kakinada. In the way from here to there, it's normally 15 minutes. From there to here, we half a journey we went to general compartment. Having that many people, what she said is having that many people. Simply we just standing around 4 hours. We standing 4 to 5 hours. We standing and we just chit chat each other and all these things are happening. And through that way only we came. And second, other side of the coin. Simply I am saying, just take a middle class person. Like having 2 childs and a normal private job, corporate job, and he want to a rental house, and he want to clear that children fee, and at the same time his home, and he want to buy his saree for his woman, he want to buy good things for his family, but he can't. Why? Because money. Is it right or wrong? Simple thing based on situation, and at the same time based on scenario. Money can buy happiness. Based on, at the same time, another thing. The people like rich people, take Adani, Ambani, all these guys, they can't sleep. Simply, they can't sleep a proper. If what the sleep that we guys are having, they're not taking that much of peace and all this because they have a lot of things, lot of money.
So actually, my name is Gautam. I'm actually against this statement that money cannot buy happiness. Because when we are actually supporting this statement, we are closing all the possibilities wherein money has the possibility to buy happiness. Now, there was a particular case that happened in Kerala. During the COVID time, one child actually committed suicide. Because during that time, the whole education was happening through online platforms, and this child wasn't able to afford a laptop. So if that child had the required amount of money, then that particular child would have been living with us today. So if you are actually philosophizing life and saying that happiness can be personal, we are also rejecting all the possibilities, as some of my friends said. Like for a dying man in deathbed, even the 1,000 rupees that can save, a 1,000 rupee medicine that can save his life matters. And similarly, like while I was coming back from my home, I was actually talking to one auto driver. So his son actually aspires to go to China and pursue higher education. He was having a rank in BA International Relations, but sadly that person was saying he was born to an unsuccessful father, that I only have 20,000. I can't afford for his education. So if we are actually going by this statement that money cannot buy happiness, we are simply becoming blind to all those possible avenues wherein even a single rupee has the potential to give you happiness. Let me just end by actually asking everyone to visualize this particular scenario. Like you are going with your children through a amusement park or a festival, and your child is saying, Acha or Amma, I want that balloon. He is crying. So you are a little bit hesitant to buy that balloon. But then somehow you just go by his argument or go by his request and you get that balloon. Suddenly the child is happy. So your 10 rupees was able to create a memory for that child. So can we say that money cannot buy happiness?
It's not totally or explicitly say that money can buy happiness or money cannot buy happiness. I will not agree with this true statement. I will stick with, in my opinion, that is, instead of we sticking on one point, money is one of the factors of happiness. If we have a huge amount of money, if in that family itself someone might have a kind of health issue or like that cancer tumor like that, but will they get happiness? It's because of that huge amount of money. So huge amount of money will not determine that much happiness, or money in some factors money is necessary to get happiness. That is what I want to say.
Actually, I also like to add one point. Like instead of considering it as a materialistic thing, we have to consider the money as a terms of it, or otherwise it is a bridge that will reduce the gap between our dreams and the potential that we have. So it will as we are living in a developing country, we know that what all the potential we have, but still as the Gautam said, due to the lack of the financial situation we are having, we are being backed up, or we are still in the a long queue to achieve our dreams. At the same time, the ones who are having a greater financial stability, even within the blink of eye, they can achieve what all the dreams. So the thing is for everybody, the terms of happiness, for one man, it can be okay, if he owns a home, for him it's a term of happiness. But at the same time, for a rich person, the greater investments upon a certain thing, it can be a happiness. So the thing is for every individual, the way they think that happiness is different, the terms of happiness will be different. But I believe that the money can be material that will reduce the gap for achieving the things that makes happy for us.
So for a father from a middle class or lower middle class family, okay, as you said, he might be able to, he has to work to get that money, and he might be able to pay the fees and get every necessity that a child wants. But the thought of the father is, next month what will I do? I have to get the same money, and I don't think he will be happy. He will be pressurized. I should do this, I should do this. So money, he should struggle for that money. He's not happy earning that money.
But through money only.
What I mentioned is after his achievement after a married person, achievements not going to Mars, this is not his achievement. Simple things. Taking care of his wife, taking care of his family. It is called achievements. Small. If what he mentioned of one balloon, 10 rupees balloon is enough. The smile of his child is enough. His entire life is enough. That one smile is enough for him. That kind of things he can't do because of he don't have money.
But what if he thinks the next day he doesn't have the money to buy the same balloon? Again and again. For one day he might be able to buy the balloon. Next day if he's not able to buy something the child wants, then he'll burden with that thought.
Yeah. The thing is not about balloon. I'm saying he can't get in that all the things whatever his people want. You see. Here only we have a different kind of mindsets, and in the family different kind of mindsets. Girl child want the toy name Bobby doll. She want a Bobby doll. Nowadays you can see that the price of Bobby doll is not it's going to 500 like that. And a boy, I myself in my childhood I just asked many times to my father bring one. They want a remote control car. At that time, only one time he buy, and after that, in my entire one childhood, 1 year around, I don't even open my book to study. I always playing with that thing, and after that, my mom scolded me, and then after there is no toy in front of me, like this, that period of time which I face a happiness. My father is not even stopped me, because he with me he also happy. After seeing me, whatever smile I showing to him, he also happy. That kind of things. But a small, lower middle class people can't do the things. That's what I'm mentioning.
Yeah, I would like to support his argument, and also I would like to human evolution. Whatever things that we are now experiencing or wearing, everything is based on money. I am wearing this watch, I am purchasing this pen. No, I am sitting in a civilized manner because my father and mother, they earned the money for buying this shirt and pant. Now, you must understand that humans' life in the present scenario, people can argue that the early civilization people didn't have money, or they didn't want to actually engage in money transactions. But I am rooting my argument in the present scenario, where each and everything, if I am if I am going out of this classroom after completing this session, from buying a small tea to actually paying my mess fee, money is omnipresent. In each and every small and minute aspects of our life, money is having our influence. That is an undisputed fact. Now the question is about happiness. As I said earlier, if you are actually supporting this assumption that money cannot buy happiness, again it is actually closing the avenues, all the slight examples, all the possibilities wherein money has immense potential to buy happiness. And I would like to also end by saying that there is a famous theorist called Abraham Maslow. So he postulated one theory called hierarchy of needs. So he says that the physiological needs of human needs to be satisfied for all other for future endeavors. So physiological needs like dress, home, everything. So for all these basic happiness, you need money. So you can't rule out the presence that money holds.
You are agree with the point with barter system. You call it which is known as barter system. We change the goods and things between each other. It is an ancient era, but we are living in this modern era. We are using money as a transaction. So after we getting from here also, we might have think about we want to buy that or we want to buy everything. Everyone has a bucket list, right? We have to buy that. We have to buy this. It is for what we have to get happiness through that. That bucket list we have to achieve through money only. So if we want to get necessary things, money needs in that place. Money will only help in that place.
I agree with your point, but money is like not fully limited.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Money is necessary to get happiness.
Yeah,
Okay.
like it was what was our system got created. So if you see the Iceland, you know Senthil Iceland, there are some tribals are living. There is no connection with all over the world, but they are living good in terms of health. They don't have this money. They are like interdependent. They work for another people. They will survive like that. So they are living happy. So we can say happiness without money. This is the best example in Senthil Iceland. So that's what called barter system. Without barter system, if barter system exists, we'll be happy. So we can't, like, money is creating, dividing people, like upper class and lower class, rich and poor. So I said, like, depends on individual. I'm happy with, if I get 20,000 salary, I'm happy with it. I know it 2 lakhs, 3 lakhs, I'm happy with it. Like, it will, the system got created like that. So we need to survive, we need to earn money. To survive, we need to earn money, there is no alternate way. So limited money, more happiness.
Simply as I mentioned before, like, based on situation, based on the particular situation. What you mentioned is absolutely right. Like, I also read about that Senthil. Like, simply I was shocked at the time. Like, there is no money, there is no coins, there is no only one rock. Rocks will be there, circle rocks. What they will do now, like, simply this rock is yours until, I mean, for that you have to give this thing. It will be like there only. He can't even lift because 2 ton weight it will be like. This rock is yours. Like, for example, Banu is there. I want a bucket of like what, rice, a bag of rice. He have the rice, and simply he want that rock is just like a big property.
Exchange, but here the system have
Now what the system is doing is dividing the class. Simple, really, whatever his statement is right. Like our mainly that simple what they mentioned before is modernization or else modernizing the people. The actual thing is government or else society is dividing the people. Like upper class, lower class and middle class. Who invented a thing called upper class, middle class, lower class? The thing is that if you know that Andhra politics is like 2024, the actual elections have done. At the time, what the leaders is saying, this is the war between upper class and lower class. Through that only vote bank is going. Simple, right? Like who told him that we are upper class, they are lower class? He himself portraying 10 meetings and roughing on, just polishing all the human brains to we are lower class, we are upper class, so we can't do this thing, we can't do this thing, that kind of things.
like some of social deformities like crime, because of money they are kidnapping something. So like if there is no money,
the happiness that money is providing is momentary, I would say, because I'm having dresses, I'm having a lot of things, but at the end of the day, I'm not really happy with those things that I am having. So what I think is like, what about tomorrow? Will I be having it tomorrow? Will I be having that money to buy it tomorrow? But happiness for me is something that even a small praise from someone that I love gives me happiness.
So they actually brought the case of a particular tribal group. But as I said in my previous argument that we are actually living in a particular social system that has given us significant advantage. Let's say, can we imagine ourselves to be in a tribal group? Because we are actually gaining a lot of advantage from the kind of system that we are living in. For example, in certain tribal groups, there are actually customs wherein humans are sacrificed. So it is not like whatever the tribals are living, it is actually correct. So it is only through the course of human civilization and its advancement that we also progress. Like let's imagine a tribal. I mean, each one of us can, if we are imagining that, I want to go to Switzerland and visit Switzerland. If I am actually getting a job, I can pay the money and go to Switzerland. But for a tribal, he is totally unaware of all these facts. So what I am saying is that based on some of these negative assumptions that like money can create some crimes. It's like saying that for all the social evils that are happening in our society, money is the reason. No, it is actually the humans' attitudes. It is the social system that actually has created that sort of a gap between money and people that has led to the creation of haves and have-nots. It is not money. That money is actually a very objective thing. It doesn't have a mind. Like it say, okay, Bhanu is a nice person, so money is getting attracted to him. Gautam is bad. No, it is actually the social system. Those people who actually the system that actually decides how a person is having access to money. But what I am saying is that the kind of advancement, the technology, the communication, everything was actually spiraled through the resources that were there. Some person actually invested a lot of money in some company due to which we got Apple, we got Samsung. If there was no money, then it was like a society entirely based on trust. I mean, let me just bring this whole thing to a base argument. How many people, if a company is saying that it will give you endless happiness, can you work without money? Okay, Bhanu might be happy, but majority of the people are working for money in that case because they have their own personal needs.
What is the eventual thing we are getting from money? Happiness, right?
Yeah.
We can't eat money.
No, they can't need money, but money can be used to. Yeah. Yes.
Money is the thing that we get from. So
Like
basically,
limited. My argument is like limited money, not fully limited.
and that limited money is also limited, right? So only when a person can think about happiness or the thing only in a car, only his or her space is in a comfort station. Like a person who's under that privilege cannot think about happiness or the other thing if all they need is to have a secure life, to first have a place to sleep, to first have proper food for 3 or 4 types of food, then have a proper clothing to have. That would be their aim, and if that is they are able to satisfy that, then that would be their happiness. Only after that you would be able to think about the happiness itself. Like for a person to think about that, and it all depends upon the individual as such. Even after that point, some people, it may be about, there are people who lives with target. They have to achieve the target. When they achieve it, they feel happy. They work for that. Not everyone feel it as a kind of burden. For that person, that is their kind of happiness. And there are people who doesn't have any doesn't associate happiness with money. Like happiness to them comes in another way as well. Like how they do that, they have different kind of sense. So I guess these two kind of things are not completely that happiness is one thing that you should have happiness, but at the same time you cannot incorporate it with money. Money is also very essential to survive today.
I want to conclude one thing, because of this money-related transactions, our system is more efficient. Without money, if you yes in that time, transaction having by goods or something else. So that time, because of this transaction, we came from technology to rocket science. Because of this transaction, think about that. Because of behind of the transaction, that's why we can choose. Because of this money related transaction, we can choose our own path, our own top way to work on our life. Like if you want to be a scientist or doctor, they can choose because of this transactions happening in the life. Otherwise, if you don't have money, like this type of transactions, everyone working in the ground, right? So that's what I'm talking about.
I think I want to add one point, like perspectives. But I felt that whether the money can buy happiness or not is based upon the environment that we belongs to. Like while considering, just take India as a simple example, where we are having the disparities in the every terms. While coming on the based upon the color, sex, gender, everything we are having the disparity. At the same time, like while the Banu said about the tribal community, there were the certain countries named Scandinavian countries who are consecutively on the top of happiness index. But that population or that civilization is also having the money. But the thing is like they were using the money in the terms of the holistic development as an inclusive development rather than focusing upon the individual development. So I think that like as we are concluding that the tribal people even without having the support of the money they were having the happiness, but at the same time the Scandinavian countries who are far better developed than our country was also living in a very happily where the public institutions like the health, education and any other community systems were also developed and they were also providing a very secure and happy life to the population where they belong.
So one sentence that I read and I highly agree is that I would rather be happy in a slum than be sad in a luxurious home.
Like what, what money can't buy happiness. Theoretically, it's good, well and good. Because comparing with we mentioned certain tribal and she mentioned one statement, all these things. Theoretically, maybe that statement of money can't buy happiness is true. But coming to the practical Indian life, what we facing, it's absolutely wrong. My opinion, because money will buy happiness.
So I would like to add one point that will you get happiness by depending upon one person in your entire life? Will you get happiness? That means we have to, in this time we have to depend upon our parents to to get our happiness through money. Okay, so it is depending upon individual liberty also. Happiness is also depending upon individual liberty. That means according to Isla Berry in his book, I think the name is Negative and Positive Liberty. He is talking about liberty is for liberty it is necessary to meet all the person's shelter, clothes and these basic things. For getting these all basic things and live peacefully, we have at least necessary money to survive that. So for getting individual liberty, for become independence and fulfill our own happiness, to get our own happiness, we have to live with money. We want to use money.
Yeah, like she quoted Isaiah Berlin. Then there was another famous scholar. So I'm unable to recall his name. I guess it was F.A. Hayek. So Hayek said one famous statement that it was Milton Friedman, sorry. So he said this famous statement that there is nothing as freelance. So in an economy, if you are seeing that if advanced Scandinavian countries, as you rightly said, if they are able to provide all these facilities, it is because the government is actually making use of the money. Government is spending. Now if you are actually tracing the history of most of these European countries, these European countries actually exploited the resources from Africa and other countries. It is upon this wealth that they are actually creating a good future for their citizens. So, I mean, I can actually agree to Bhanu's point that money has led to a lot of violences and issues. At the same time, it was only through this money that government is able to support the poor. Let's say government is actually having this free midday meal scheme. If there is no money, then who is going to take responsibility for the food of these poor children? Government is actually having Ayushman Bharat. In Kerala, we are having the Kerala government's own insurance scheme. No, again the government is actually making the fund for all these services. So from the pin to the the atomic bomb, money is actually involved in one or the another way. And we cannot actually ignore the kind of influence that money plays in modern human life. Bhanu rightly pointed out about the peaceful tribal life. But as modern human, I need money and I will work for money. And I don't know if in the deathbed I will regret all these decisions. But for the time being, I need money and I will continue to work towards money.
Last 2 minutes. We are product of the system. We are support. But if anyone accepts, I will give you 100 crores. I will remove your one leg. Does it accept? Anyone accept?
No one would accept. Because leg is like a basic necessity for your movement. No, there are people, like there was a recent case wherein for qualifying in the medical examination, one person cut his leg for actually getting NEET examination for in the category of physical disability. So if someone is actually giving you 100 crore, there might be people willing to cut their leg and keep a fake leg. There might be people. You can't actually ignore the fact, because in India there was this case for one seat in an MBBS college. One boy was ready to cut off his leg.
I want to
Another example, like if anyone give 100 crores, would you leave your parents? Give your parents.
See, that is what is happening in migrations. That is what is happening.
You'll get some emotionally something.
Yeah.
It's called happiness. Like money, some extent only materialistic way. But happiness can't like get from money.
I wanted to conclude something about his talk. Like he told something about Europe. So we know already the richest country in the world is USA, right? So he's because of the money power, he's doing anything. Like Donald Trump, like trying to take Greenland, taking out to the Venezuelan president. They can do anything, whatever they can do anything, like they are dominating because of the money or because of the 900 billion of budget, defense budget. I'm not going to that point. So because of the money they are dominating. So if you are dominating, then you will be happy. Whenever you are dominating, you will be happy, right? So that's my point.
Yeah, I think as for Gabanu's opinion, I believe that everybody wants to be everybody wants to achieve a cognitive well-being. Not about like for you the cognitive apart from cognitive well-being, for the mental peace, for some persons it may be the money, or some person it will be the wealth. So I think that the concept of or the term the money that everybody depends should be changed in the terms of that social factors rather than the materialistic way. That's
Okay,
it.
for example, I will give you 100 crores money to you and 100 kgs gold to you, and I will isolate you in Afghanistan. Would you be happy?
No, I can't agree with that. But the thing is, like, every human being will focus upon the happiness or the satisfaction that we are receiving through the money. So
But
nobody
to some
will-
extent, right? Not fully.
Yes.
Some extent money is needed for survival.
I just want to conclude.
Okay, that's your